In this video, I'll be sharing with you one of the essential skills that you should develop as a freelancer, and it is all about making good decisions. In fact, this ability is critical to any area of our lives, and without it, we're bound to make mistakes again and again. Mistakes are painful, but repeated mistakes are horrible, but it can be avoided by making a good decisions. So in this video, you will learn how the typical decisions are being formed, what are the consequences of making bad decisions as a freelancer, and I'll give you 5 simple steps on how you can start to make good decisions from today. I believe that this topic can take your freelancing career to the next level, so let's dive in. Hey guys, this is Janis from Driven by Goal, helping you to achieve your goals. On this channel, I teach freelancers how to become more productive, confident and driven so you can advance your freelancing career and business. If this is your first time on my channel, I would like you to do one thing. Leave a comment below with what do you do as a freelancer, and just say hi to the community. Decision making is an integral part of being a human. We learn this skill ever since we're a little kids. Whether to choose chocolate over vegetable, obey our parents, or play outside. As we grow older, decisions that we make become more complicated, while the consequences become more serious. If you're a freelancer, then good decision making is critical to your career and business, because technically you're on your own and you have to make right decisions for yourself if you are to thrive in freelancing. As humans, it is common for us to make decisions on a daily basis, but not all of us are properly equipped and trained on how to make a good decisions. So to help you in a good decision making, we first need to understand how the decisions are being formed. In research conducted by distinguished neuroscientists about decision making, they found out that contrary to the notion that we decide based on logic and reason, our emotions affect all our decisions that we make. Another important finding is that most decisions that we make in our lives involve some form of reward that we receive. And lastly, a person who has dysfunctional brain activity or is experiencing an impact of negative emotional states such as severe anxiety is more likely to make poor decisions. Based on this research, we can conclude that we must become more careful in making decisions. This is especially true if you're a freelancer due to several consequences that you might face once you make a decision that will be detrimental to your career. Here are some results of wrong decisions. Number 1, lower income. Should you accept that work or not? Should you leave that difficult client or continue working with him? Should you work today or just leave it for tomorrow? These are the decisions that might directly affect your income. Make a wrong move and you might lose a potential earnings. Number 2, increased stress and pressure. Having lower income as expected can definitely make you more stressed and pressured. A lot of things can happen in freelancing by just committing a mistake. Imagine spending 40 hours on a job and then finding out that you've got wrong resources for research. Stressful, right? Number 3, loss of career and freedom. Freelancing is a great alternative to working in a corporate setup. In freelancing, you have a freedom to choose your projects that you want to do, the people with whom you want to work, and even the money that you want to make. However, just like a corporate setup, committing a series of mistakes can damage your reputation. Make enough mistakes and one day you might just find yourself holding for dear life just to make the ends meet. It is the worst consequence of making wrong decisions. So how can we avoid these terrible results of bad decisions? Well, it's fairly simple. What you have to do is you have to learn the process of how to make good decisions for your career in freelancing. And the great thing is that you can apply these techniques you're about to learn in any other aspect of your life. So here are 5 simple steps on what you can do to make a good decisions. Number 1 is identify your values. Your values are simply your judgment of what is important in your life. It could be a relationship, your principles and beliefs, or anything else that is important in your life. Remember this, a good decisions always flow out of your values. The trick here is to evaluate whether the values you hold at the moment are in line with sound principles of your life and success. For an instance, is valuing rest over the hustle will get you to your destination? Is leaving family just to work will really make you happy? These are the questions you want to ask yourself when you're making a decisions. Number 2, be clear on your goal. It's hard to make a decision if you don't know the end result in the first place. It's like deciding to run a marathon without knowing where the finishing line is. If you want to make a good decisions, you must have a benchmark or target so you can evaluate whether the decision you're making will take you closer to your goal or not. Will taking on this project that is out of my expertise help me build my portfolio? Will taking on this low-ticket client help me earn more stable income? Will dropping this job help me to get more focused? Identify your freelance goals and then use it as a benchmark to make a good decisions. Number 3, use the power of sequence. Now that you're clear on your goals and on your values, it's time to get your priorities straight. It's hard to make a good decisions if your priorities are out of sync. Let's face it, it's hard to choose between your kids and your work when you don't know what's the priority. But think about it. If it's clear that your kids take priority over work, then it's easy to decide how you're going to be spending your weekends. Here's what you can do. Write down top 5 priorities that you have in your life and decide always based on that list. Number 4, make adjustments when needed. No matter how good you become at making decisions, the mistakes are still inevitable. And this is where ability to make adjustments come in. If you make a decision based on your values, your goals and your priorities, and you still somehow don't feel alright with it, then you need to stop and evaluate the situation. You have to understand that you're continuously growing. Your values with the time gonna be changing. Your goals gonna get bigger and better. So don't be afraid to change and evolve, because that is the right way how to grow. What was good yesterday might not be good today. Number 5, reward yourself. Remember that research done by neuroscientists at the beginning of the video? They concluded that decision making involves some kind of form of reward. So if we are to carry on with making good decisions, we have to know the reward for the decision. And we also must learn how to reward ourselves. Take a day off, watch a movie with your family, or take your spouse out for a dinner. Whatever the reward you can think of, don't hesitate to give it to yourself whenever you make a good decision. So these were 5 simple steps on how you can make a better decisions for your freelancing career and life in general. I encourage you to constantly evaluate your values, your goals, and your priorities so that you can continuously make a better decisions. If you're a freelancer and if you want to learn how to become more confident, driven, and productive, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This was me, Janis from Driven by Goal, helping you to achieve your goals. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. In research done by neuroscience, you need to make right decisions to thrive. If you want to make right decisions, you need to...
A few moments later.
Remember that research done by neuroscientists who conclude